Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here at Mom's Basement for another Overprime video. This time it's a welcome back to Iggy and Scorch. Yes, the hero is back in game in Paragon the Overprime, and this little video is a first look. We have a little look at the skills, some ideas how to build them, and one uncut game with Iggy and Scorch mid. With some comments. It's not really a real build recommendation in this video because it was my first try, but we can talk about some items I used, why I used them, how they work and what didn't work with them when you run Iggy and Scorch. So let's dive right into it. So let's go over some skills. So his Q is actually, as I said, the tower. You see that round circle, that is one, it's its range, and second is you have to stay in that so the turret keeps firing, so keep that in mind. Next we have a look at his right click. That's basically a Molotov cocktail you throw, and with the passive that also applies a dot, I think. No, it doesn't, but the tower does. Anyway, it's a fire pit that's dealing a damage over time. And now let's just put down some towers to have a look at his ultimate. So the more you have down, the stronger the ultimate will also be. I get a third one down. And I think now we're going to use the ultimate and you see how the rate of fire is increased, and it's also piercing through the dummy. So that's his ultimate. It needs kind of a little bit of setup during a game. It's good for trapping enemies. If you know they're coming like through the new fog walls, that's where I would use it. And now let's just head into the game and talk a little bit about how I played him. So let's get this game started. Heads up, it's a pretty long game. So if you want to grab a drink or some food or have a toilet break, do it now before the match heats up. So I start with the blue stone and I get a health potion. I was actually looking for the wards because yeah, I know they changed it with the patch. I just didn't have a look. So I was getting back from work and just diving in, wanting to play some Iggy and Scorch and see how he plays, checking my quick casts. So I have actually no idea. I didn't practice anything before. I didn't read any items. I just said, yeah, let's go. Let's try some Iggy. And let's try some Iggy mid. So blue stone here, that might be better now after the patch for ranged characters in contrast to the green one. However, I don't know that yet. So as always, if I begin the game, especially mid lane, I try to peel a little bit, leash a bit for my jungler. The buff will spawn in 120. And that's also why I unlocked my Molotov cocktail first, because that's like the fire pit. You can just throw that on the red buff, and it adds a nice little dot. I don't know what my jungler was actually doing. I think he was AFK, but here he is. Good morning, welcome back, guy. So we help him a little bit. We usually go to 800 or 700 HP, and then I leave for my lane. As I can already say here in the enemy team and also on the minimap, I fight another Iggy and Scorch in mid lane. That might not be the best pair. I would have been curious how he works against other heroes. So first of all, now I try to push him back a little bit, and it's yeah, just farming and just seeing how Iggy and Scorch actually work, because I had no idea. So I also have no skill priority, no idea what I want to level first. I mean, the first priority is to get like Q and E is unlocked as well now, so I can test this stuff. So I think I go for the tower first, just so I can put that down and get some more passive damage in there as well. Here, nice hit on the other Iggy. I think that was actually pretty close. It does something to the Tions with the blue shine. I don't know what it is actually. I have to find it out. If you know, let me know in the comments what it is, so I don't have to Google it or ask at Discord. So it's just some poking back and forth versus the enemy Iggy. Now your wards are on standard. It's the button X, and I should have warded long ago. The thing is, I like totally forgot about the change. So he's ahead of me slightly all of the time, most of the time, because of my jungler leash. And I always try to leash for my jungler in the beginning, helping get a head start with the hopes that he might help me in my lane, but as you can see, maybe he just doesn't care. Maybe he comes now if I look at the minimap. Maybe not. Maybe he comes. I didn't see him coming. I think he is coming. Maybe he helps him. Maybe we get a kill. I could have set up that much better. That's also nice for the tower. If somebody sprints in, you can actually... And you have a tower down and he gets hit. He's actually rooted. That's pretty nice. So you don't even have to see him, as long as you're in range of the tower. So, yeah. I get some farm up again. I really try to catch up now with the enemy Iggy. For the fire pit seems to be pretty good. I think the scale is bad, so there comes an enemy Seraph. That seems to be their jungle. I put down my tower. The thing about the towers is that you have to stay in range, and I don't know if he goes down there, so I can't help him really. My Chimera, I don't know if he comes back up. No, he stays down there where I don't want to go at that moment. What I wanted to say about the towers. So you have to stay in their range, so you have to put them down that you can activate all of them. They are pretty aggressive actually, as you can see here when Seraph dives in. But they die also pretty quickly. Yeah, and now the other tower of me doesn't fire because I am out of range, so that's that, keep that in mind. It also feels, I don't know if it's just me, if I have to learn it a little bit better with the placement, get a feel for that, because the range and staying in range of the tower yourself makes it a bit tricky to use it in a good way. But I think in combination with the fire pit, it's pretty nice. So is he actually marked as a support character? I don't see him actually running as support because he has like nothing in my books, like no CC, nothing like that, no hard CC to actually help my my laner in the dual lane, my ADC. So I go for tier first to get another dot. Keep in mind the Spirit's teardrop doesn't work with the turrets, but it works with your Molotov cocktail, with your fire pit thingy. So if you put down turrets, like 2 of them, get the fire pit on your enemy, then you get the dot from the passive, and then you activate tier with the fire pit. So that's a lot of damage over time. It doesn't seem much at first, but it racks up pretty quickly, and it might come as a surprise. So I try to play it a little bit more aggressive here. As I said, actually I had no idea what I'm doing in regards of Iggy. So he pushes me under the tower. I actually don't know why. Another thing, you will see that also later in this gameplay. The tower, or your turrets actually aggro the tower. So you can put your turret in there, which doesn't have much health at the beginning. But then your team can dive the tower. So right now I really don't care much about killing him or getting more damage, and I just want to get my farm so I catch up a little bit. Because you will see that also later on the scoreboard with my guys. I don't know, they feed or they don't farm good. I'm not sure what actually happened, because the enemy team was way ahead and I was like the only, or way ahead, 1 or 2 levels ahead, and I was like the only one on par level wise, and that will pay out later. So I could also run around chasing team fights, but that wouldn't help actually in the long run. So let's test the ultimate. Totally bollocks. Bad way to test it. I mean, he's putting good pressure on me. He's putting good pressure on me, but I just don't have it. I don't have any of it. I just don't go in the fight. I just, yeah, let's see if we get a last hit here and there. I don't know if the fire pit is actually... I see Seraph soon enough. Just walk out of it. She aggroes the turret. My Chimera comes. But Seraph dives out. Yeah, I saw her coming like right in time. Should have been a good kill for our team, but yeah, now Chimera comes in from behind on my enemy Iggy, and I saw Seraph is there also as well, and he's like low level, so he got slain. He should have just get away and get back to farming in that situation, because I was heading back. I needed the mana, I needed the health, get some more stuff. I try to go through the shadow pond, maybe surprise the enemy Iggy, but I think he's gone. We'll just kill them off here as quickly as possible. Yeah, so Iggy is actually, as I remember it correctly, is actually marked as support, but I see him actually more in the mid lane at the moment. But on the other hand, there are much better mid laners, I'd say. Like, if we don't have to talk about Faye, now with the last patch, with the buffs to Gideon, I actually see Gideon is pretty strong in the mid lane. We still have Howitzer, and if you're looking for Howitzer builds, I got 2 on my channel. 1 is already there, the second might be coming soon. It's already in the makes. So keep a lookout for that, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe if you want to see some more build stuff and some more Paragon the Overprime content. I mean, it's the early laning phase. I just let play that out. So you guys get an idea and that some uncut, some unfiltered impression. And in the comments, hey, let me know if you played Iggy and Scorch and get a better understanding of him than I have. Let me know how you playing. Give me some tips and tricks. Give me your most broken OP builds so I copy them on my channel. Yeah. It's really so far I think he's still ahead. The slither that he was ahead. Hey, I finally learned where my wards are now. That's awesome. I think he's still that sliver ahead of me based on the start of the game where I helped my jungler. Get some damage in. Now I'm pressuring him back a little bit, and the way he played until there, I'm not sure, but I'm not sure when it happens, but I'm pretty sure his serve is close. The way he placed that at the moment. Because usually he pushed far more aggressive. So that's that. It should have told me something. I'm pretty sure she will be coming soon. I'll get some good damage on him. And make sure to put down the enemy towers. And there she comes, as I feared. I blink out. Go back in, put some damage in. As I said, it was obvious she's coming. The way he changed his playstyle. So keep a lookout for that. If your enemy laner suddenly, if he plays pretty aggressive and suddenly changes that, have a watch out for the enemy jungler and put down wards. My ward is ready again, but as I said, with the changes, I was also pretty tired. I wasn't like top of my game, so to say. I do a lot of mistakes. How many mistakes can you find in this gameplay level, in this gameplay video? Let me know in the comments below. And win nothing. So now my jungler came in and Iggy is actually low. I get the fire pit on him and we finally kill him. Countess is there as well. That should help us to push that lane. That moment, I'm not sure if I actually want to push it. Anyway, maybe I can use that gained time and the Iggy kill to catch up a little bit. That's also why I don't like port back immediately to get mana back, but just use my base attack. Totally fucking up last hits, but to use that to catch up on gold now that he's not in lane. Otherwise I would have ported back like immediately. There are some nice farms, and now I think I made some good money, good XP, so it's time to port back, and I think it's enough to buy Spirit's Teardrop now. Not sure actually. Let's see. So it's 5 versus... Okay, so here's the tier. So the enemy already got a spirit kill. It's like 5v14. We are pretty much behind, but I can already tell you the match won't go down that easy. The craziness will start soon. And where we actually have some nice plays with Iggy. The second item I go for Iggy is a Witch's Shoes. So I try to build him like my basic caster build. Now I try to help a solo lane. I saw that Seraph is behind the tower actually on our side, so that might be a good opportunity to get her down. Yeah, she got out right in time, because if that pit would have hit her, the Spirit's Teardrop dot would have killed her for sure. And that's another thing I'm curious about. So how do you handle Wraith as Iggy? He seems to be a tricky guy, because like with the towers it takes a bit until they fire. The range is actually lower than his range, but Countess kills him off nicely. So we do some dewarding here. So our ally jungler puts down the underling in the solo lane, so we should get the tower. I have to head back actually fast to my lane, because the enemy Iggy is actually pushing my tower. And as you can see now, I not only catched up with his level, I overtook him. Sorry, I'm level 10 now and he's level 9, but it's still a bit close. So I try to play it a little bit more aggressive here, push him out, get some damage in, because I should also be ahead item-wise. And scare him away, do some more farm. So it was some good damage. There comes Countess. I want to help her, so we get the fire pit down. That should be a kill. Yes, Countess gets him. So, bit of an aggressive play. So here comes Wraith, and again the question, if you know, how do you handle Wraith as Iggy and Scorch? And there comes Seraph. And this time she might actually get me. I have 2 towers down and I pull my ultimate. And unfortunately she survives that. That's so unfortunate. I thought like I I thought I have the D-Dot on her from Spirit's Teardrop and that it for sure will kill her, but unfortunately she gets away with a sliver of health. So that was the first time the ultimate of Iggy actually made sense. So I had 2 towers down, and as soon as Seraph was coming for me, I pulled the ultimate, because otherwise he's pretty weak in that scenario. So what should we go for next? We still have to finish Witch's Shoes. So I go for the 900 gold piece first, get some more damage output there. Now my team is thinking assembling around the Spirit. I'm not sure if I follow or just try to stay up here to, let's say, to cut off the enemy Iggy and Scorch to help on this one. So we're actually pushing on the dual lane inhibitor or going in the jungle and get some kills there from my team. Which, as I see now, it didn't work out that well. Now, should we get 1 kill? Let's see how that plays out over there with the Wraith. I'm still in my lane. I get some pressure from the enemy Iggy. I think I pulled the ultimate again. That's actually not a good way how I pulled it, because he was out of range of my towers at that moment. There's Seraph coming. We have to look out for her. So she's just passing by, minding her own business. That's fine. Just scam a bit. That fire pit was not that good. So we get a ping on mid lane. I just check. Okay, do we go for mid? Do we help? I go through the shadow door here. So it's not. It's still obvious, I guess, for my Iggy what I'm doing. But to make it less obvious, I go through there, and I think I will go here to the tower. Try to put some support down here. I should have actually put the tower down first and then the Molotov cocktail, but whatever. So some team fighting here in duo. It's 3v3? Maybe we're even more. Yeah, now it's 3v3, so the fire pit down. That's more like scare them away so they don't follow or push me. Now I just try to put down towers and use the ultimate, but they get killed so fast by enemy skills, it's basically one hit. So I retreat a little bit. There's Faye coming in with the slow on Twin Blast. He gets away, unfortunate. And you can see if I put the tower there, that's actually what aggroes the tower. And I could go under there and push Twin Blast. Yeah, Faye's coming. Seraph is also coming from the side. I already heard and saw her. I try to get away. I don't know if I make it because I have no mana anymore. Blink out. Because for sure she was diving me, as you can see her location right now. Putting down some towers. I'm low on mana, so I have to go back. But I think for now the tower is safe. And as you can see, 2 of my guys are coming in, warding the Spirit. I get the magical power item for 1100, and it's back into the game in the enemy jungle where Countess tries to cut off Seraph, which didn't work. And now I think it's time for us to go for the Spirit. Let's see how that plays out. Now it's 10v20 for the enemy team, or 10 to 20. It's not as bad as early, but with that team fight I gained actually nothing and fall on par again with the enemy Iggy and Scorch. So maybe I should have just stayed in that lane. Have a look how that plays out. They are still like playing, and here's the enemy Seraph is coming again. This time, because my tower is down and I did realize that, yeah, she finally gets me. Congratulations, it took you long enough. Yeah, she deserved it. I should have warded again, which I did, but in the wrong place. And as you can see, versus the Seraph, I say if you're Chimera and level 9, don't do it. Run away. And now the Iggy comes, I'm pretty sure he dies. Yeah. So there's no way he wins that. He should have been focusing on leveling. And for sure we have the first surrender vote incoming, but I don't have any of it. It's still winnable. And stay with me here with the gameplay, because there is some surprising shit is happening when we take off with Iggy and Scorch later in that game. So there's some fighting going on at the Spirit. Now we have Sparrow, we have Faye, both on max health. We have DirtyHotte with Iggy and Scorch coming in From the side, I try a little trick if that works. I didn't know if that works, so she does the arrow. To put the turret there and stay there, but it's out of range, unfortunately, so we have to go around. And I don't know if they get the spirit or if we actually capture it or steal it. No, they get that one as well. Should have gone in there maybe more aggressive, more early, but now our Chimera is farming where we would actually need him, but anyway. We fall back because they are same numbers, maybe even more, but higher level. Try to put the tower down here, so we can get some damage down on them if they are coming. We're level 12. We have the towers here. Then Chimera. So they are at the Prime Underling, or is it the Prime Guardian already? I don't know. I go there with the team. I put a ward here, so we are unsurprised. And is it already here? No, I think it's now we assemble step by step for team fight. So they are pushing around here a little bit too fast. You can see I'm like 3 levels higher than the rest of my team because I don't know what they were doing. But so at least I do some damage. So we get Seraph now together with Faye. Brimlost is down there, nice tower, which actually roots him. And please don't surrender, nothing is lost. We can still win that. So now it's time to get out. Wraith actually gets a hit on me, that's why do I get in there? No, I put the tower and the fire just to pressure him away. I just want to pressure him away. And it's super close. I think I make it out alive. Yes, I do. But it was super close. So for me, it's definitely time to fall back now. To get back health and mana. And then the idea is to come back in time. Okay, come back in time to support at the Prime Guardian again. Witch's Shoes also completed. No idea what I go next with. I think nullified magical damage. Defense. Go for the blaster. Dirty, do it. Do it. Come on, go for the blaster. Dirty, do it. Do it. Come on, do it. Yeah, come on, take the blaster. Do it. Yes. And I do it. Don't have much money now, and it's really time to head back. I'm actually surprised that they didn't just steamroll us down there in the team fight because they are way ahead of the rest of my guys. But I think I'm coming back in time. Countess plays a pretty solid match there. I come down and I just put down towers and fire and shit and now put some pressure. That's also nice with the Guardian, with the towers. Just put them in the pit. Yeah. It's time to get out for me again. Because I get some heavy damage. Twin uses his ultimate. I get around. Ah, okay. Sparrow gets them. Nice. And Faye is coming in from our base again. So nothing is lost. So for me that means use the time. Do I sprint in or do I go back out and heal up? No, I go back in. So there's the enemy tower, but the enemy Iggy and Scorch are out of range. I kill that and I put that down, and that's a nice clean kill, quick kill on him. Blink out versus Wraith because he has just the range advantage over me. But Countess is coming in. I go around. I think I try to cut him off. No, I don't cut him off. But yes, we got the fire in. We got the turret in. That should scare away. And now Seraph goes down. I think that was a mistake. She should have actually gone for me. Because I pull the ultimate on my tower. Have the tower back on there. It's off cooldown. I should put down the next one. Just to annoy them. So we get some damage in from the top here. Molotov cocktail is ready. Put that down on the Prime Guardian. Nice. And we applied some dots as well. Yes, we don't surrender. Guys, don't surrender. There's no reason to do that. If you played bad, if you have a bad day, that's okay. Maybe just don't play. But don't always try to force the team into surrender when it's not over. We have a good team fight there. I know it's a pretty long one. It's going back and forth, but so far nothing is lost. Now I have the first nullified magical defense item. I don't know, do I check on my inhibitor quickly? Just throw something? I should have done that. I should have just thrown the Molotov cocktail here on the enemy minions to push it away from my inhibitor a little bit. Maybe to get some more gold. So we are back here on the Prime Guardian. Yes, we see the enemy in the other bush. We have Faye, we have the whole team assembled basically. I just don't want to be surprised. Let's see if we can help Countess if she has an angle on an enemy, but she's also like 3 levels behind. I just put the turret here just in case. Yeah, I think we're setting it up now. We're setting it up for a 5v5. And I think this time actually the Guardian goes down. I don't. Will the enemy team actually get the Guardian? Will we get the Guardian? I don't know. We will see that in a few seconds. Twin Blast comes. He's only level 12. With the Molotov cocktail, he gets also the tier Spirit's tier dot. I just put turrets down there. Should have actually put him down a little bit further to the left to cover more area. Do we go for the Spirit? Maybe we switch for the Spirit and then go for the Prime. I'm not sure about that. Could have been a play here. Right now I'm actually just throwing turrets, trying to cover different angles. Also Faye and Countess try to find an opening. Put the tower here. And Twin Blasters, they actually wanted that. I get the fire dot on him. We should at least get Twin Blast now, and we get Twin Blast. This is the enemy turret, I get that down. Now I go in to help. That should kill their Iggy together with Faye and Chimera, that's nice. Sparrow is either coming for us or she's going for the Guardian, I'm not sure. Just give it a ping to go there. I guess she's in the bushes just behind it. Yeah, there she is. I understand that she goes in 1v1 versus Chimera, but the rest of us is coming and she's a quick kill. And now we have 3 enemies down. That might be the opportunity this time to actually go for the Guardian quickly. Wraith is up there. I hate his range in that scenario. But we try to do it here from behind. We do some good damage. We just have to have an eye that it won't be stealed. But the only guy with enemy with a jungler item is actually the enemy Seraph. And she's still dead, so at least from that angle, they won't steal us. They won't steal it, but we reset it and fall back that moment. The rest of the team is still fighting. Countess fall back, I fall back, I finish the Chemo Blaster. I maximize the Molotov cocktail and now it's trying to get back into the fight quickly. Unfortunately, we couldn't use like the advantage that they have their jungler down. And now we had 2 down, now we have still 1 down. I try to push the mid lane a little bit and get an angle on them. I think I totally missed something here. I'm not sure if like... sometime in that gameplay we have like the whole enemy team in a bush to the left of that position and they're just coming out all at it. Yeah, it was like just 3 coming out of that one bush. Killing off poor Iggy and Scorch in a matter of a split second. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I should have seen that coming with a look on the mini-map earlier. Or maybe put a ward there, Dirty. If I do I actually have a ward there? There is a ward. Yeah, no way. Anyway. It was too funny to be actually pissed about it. And it gave me some time to think about my mistakes while I respawn. It's 24 versus 40. The enemy has 3 spirits now. We still have 0. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the next surrender vote actually from my team, but I won't do it. We will pull through with that, okay? We will pull through with that game. It should have been, I think it should have been an easy win now for the, yeah, that's another surrender vote. No, Dirty, press F8. I do that. We don't give that up. I know, guys, it hurts you because you've fallen back so far behind the enemy team that it feels like they're steamrolling you, but you can still win that. They might feel safe now. Maybe that's our chance. We'll see later in the game. So they are still there. Yeah, Faye. The Wraith range, if I'm alone, is really a problem. Countess dives down over there. Might go for the Twin Blast. Just farm some more, get some gold, get some XP. Faye is also cleaning the lane. I also thought about actually pushing my lane or my waves into the enemy inhibitor. To put some pressure on them there, but as you can see on the minimap, they're Iggy and Faze. Yeah, actually back in the middle. But we have a 3v2 situation here building up in the middle, so I try to get in there as well to make it a 5v2. Ward so we don't get flanked. Now it's a 4v4, 4v5. And here's really, yeah, I can't do much there. The melees also can't do much there. We're just out of range. What I can do is actually annoy them, putting down towers and throwing down the fire pit to give my guys an edge, because as you can see in the minimap, Chimera is actually going solo to the Prime Guardian. And I see that I could help him, but first I wanted to like disturb the enemy team, but I see that 2 of them are coming in. 3 of them with the Wraith. I don't know how low the Guardian actually is, so just it's time again to put down towers in the pit and raining down a fire Molotov's cocktail. And try to have those things here in range of the Guardian. He kills them off pretty quickly. Now I use 1 turret and my ultimate to get some damage on Seraph and the Guardian. And actually, believe it or not, DirtyHotte's tower kills the Prime Guardian and steals the kill from Seraph. It's actually hilarious. So we actually get the first Prime kill of the game due to one of the towers. It's actually hilarious. So now we go for the Toto item to get some more base damage. Iggy actually doesn't scale that good with magical power. But that's something I have to find out how to build him. I think I go for the blue buff now because my jungler is going for the red one. And as I'm the only one in the team that is like level-wise on par with the enemies, I just want to take that blue buff and hope to make the most out of that at that moment. And I think the right play would be to assemble now at the Spirit. Faye is already heading there. Maybe push my lane a little bit. Yeah, I fucked up the jump. Put some pressure on the inhib or on the mid lane, so they actually have to go and take care of those. They are already coming in from the side. At least one of them. And I just put down like fire pit and tower. So I have my team fighting on the dual lane. We have Seraph 1v1ing on the pit. And I just try to cut off support for the Seraph at that moment. Just for time. It's clear that our Chimera died again because he's so low level. They don't go in. I try to get another angle so that maybe my towers actually hit something. And the other guys like can 2v1 Seraph and kill her, because as soon as she's down, we should have an easy time with the Spirit. And now I go in to get some support. And with the new fog doors or shadow doors, they won't see me or my turrets, so I could put down some turrets inside actually and set up a little trap for them. Sparrow is pushing with her ultimate. We just go in with her. We're a little bit late. Phase there. I check where's the enemy, where's the enemy. I don't find her anymore because I'm missing Phase actually. And we're going to the Spirit. Now we could set it up with towers and the whole team to kill the Spirit quickly and catch up there. So now it's 33 versus 43. It's already half an hour in. So as I said in the beginning, I hope you grabbed some drinks. So here's the Spirit down. There's one solo Twin Blast coming in from the side. I actually tried to blink offensively and capture him, but he gets away. Unfortunate. So now we are pushing mid a little bit. We are 2 guys up because the enemy has 2 down. I think now with the Guardian kill and the Spirit kill, there's actually some hope again in my teammates, because I didn't see a surrender attempt since. Well, let's see how that goes. So we try to hold down mid lane. Chimera is down in a bush. There's Seraph coming. She's again coming for poor Iggy. I don't know what's her problem with me. I had some turrets down, so I use my ultimate, and together with Sparrow and Faye, we kill her off. It was actually a good try. He's using his ultimate, get hit by the turret, and Sparrow, she finishes him off, and now it's a good time to push. So here's Phase, she's at 50%. And that's also just putting down like turrets, so they aggro the inhibitor, and my guys can shoot at it. So it's off cooldown again. We put down the next turret, go out, go in again. So that's nice if you want to push objectives. That's something nice that Iggy can do, and we have actually the inhibitor down. Fighting some more there. Just putting down some pressure with fire pits and turrets. I mean, I might not be the guy with the highest damage with Iggy and Scorch, but he does some good damage over time support there. And I think Yeah, I think I retreat now because they have 3 down, but we are still low on health, so don't want to waste that opportunity. And let's go for the mana buff, so maybe I don't have to go back to base. But maybe I do to get another item. Yes, I think I port back, and I think it's the right choice to do that at that moment. It's time to sell actually the health potion to get some more damage items, because right now that like 150 heal doesn't help you anymore at that phase of the game because it's just too low. Mathematicians might be an item to go for with Iggy. Maybe that's something to keep in mind for the future. Maybe that's something I try. I think over there Seraph is farming, so that's why I put down a ward here before we assemble and go for the mid again. But then we spot Twin Blast solo, or he was already captured by... Is it our Chimera? Chimera encounters. And the mid inhibitor is down. The enemy team is a bit scattered at the moment, so I say it's the right pick to go with the whole team. Try to catch up on them and go for the dual lane inhibitor. Also let them know with the ping. Some team fighting going on. I just pass the enemy minions because I let those for my team, and I put down towers again to aggro the inhibitor so we can get in and get damage on that, and a nice little fire pit so maybe Wraith gets scared away. Sure, the towers get killed pretty quickly by the inhibitor, but the cooldown is also pretty low, so you can put them in as you've seen in the mid lane and go in and out with your team, put some damage on the inhibitor even if there's no tank or no minions. The minions should be coming any time now, coming in from behind. And we already did some good damage with the turrets and with the team. So aggro with the turrets. Twin Blast goes for his ultimate, we avoid that. I don't know if we actually get it down. No, I think we retreat because it's getting too dangerous. We are too far out, pushed too far. So yeah, sometimes I just throw a tower down. Yes, I know it won't be shooting at the enemy, but sometimes when they pass it, they just stop sprinting and attack that one. I don't know why. But anyway, so I think it's back to base, reassemble, and go for the prime again. We're looking at 36 minutes now. It's 41 to 45. If you remember how the game started, we are catching up slowly, step by step. I actually go for the Mathematicians thing. The core, ours is at 100%, the enemy it's 97.66, so not much done here on either side. My team goes for the Prime Guardian now. The enemy jungler is actually down, so that might be an opportunity there. You just have to make sure nobody steals it. You just put down towers. We get the tower here. And we get the second Prime Guardian, and that puts us in a very nice position here. And it's 43 versus 45, so we are catching up. It's pretty even now. We also, my team also catched up level-wise. So I think the enemy had a good opportunity to finish us off earlier, but now the tides are shifting to our side. That's how I would put it. Putting on some pressure in the middle. And now I think the way is open to the core. And with Iggy, I would now just support with towers, put some pressure here and there, annoy the enemy, give my guys opportunities, throw in some fire so they don't walk there. Falling back to my team, and I think... yeah. I think we're falling back to the Spirit to get that buff as well, because that's still 1 versus 3 for the enemy team. But now the enemy jungler is actually up again, and we have to check that he or she doesn't steal it from us. But we're doing a lot of damage. I think that should actually work out. Now it's also we're catching up on spirits, we are catching up on kills. Prime Guardians we're actually ahead, so we killed it 2 times. But unfortunately the inhibitor in the mid is close to coming back up. If I see it correct with the timer, so that's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, but I think it was a good idea to go for the spirit there. Put some pressure on. Get 2 quick kills. Faye with a very good ultimate here pulls out the enemy from under the inhibitor. Now a quick quick inhibitor kill. I poured in offensively, put some more pressure with my team on the enemy. Watch out for the Iggy and Scorch towers from the enemy. And now I just try to put towers and fire pits down on the ground again to get rid of enemy teams. And I think now we go for the core, and here's the win, ladies and gentlemen. And that shows you also, don't vote for surrender all too early, okay? So we made that. Yes, it was a long game. We were in a pretty bad position in the first half of the game, but we captured up and we got that win, and it's actually amazing. And a little summary for Iggy and Scorch, that's basically also the honor system. So Iggy and Scorch, actually, if he feels interesting, okay, he doesn't feel like too overpowered. I think I have to learn some more, put some more time in and learn the ins and outs. And as you can see here, I only had 2 kills. I only died 2 times, but I have 20 assists. So he's good to put some dot pressure on the enemies, and your team then finishes them off. So yeah, I enjoyed playing him. I didn't do that much damage also, but I think he's a good like damage support. Not like as a support for the duo lane, but supporting your damage guys in a game like that. And yeah, that was my Iggy first impression with the gameplay. I hope you liked it. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified when I come up with the first broken Iggy builds here at Mom's Basement. Hope to see you next time here at Mom's Basement, and I hope you enjoyed that piece of content. See you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this little piece of content, and if you want to see more, especially builds, check the playlist to my left. And if you are more interested in what YouTube algorithm has in petto for you, then check the one below that playlist. If you like my stuff, please leave a like and help Mom's Basement grow. See you next time. DirtyHotte out.